Outlanders is an incredibly popular series and has many actors that some fans of other series might recognize. The cast is incredible, but some of the actors are already looking into the future of their roles and the other characters they might want to play down the line. So, what's going on with Outlander and its cast? Well, stay tuned to today's video as we're going to discuss Outlander star John Bell and how he wants to return to Doctor Who in this role and other Outlander news. First up, we have Outlander star John Bell wants to return to Doctor Who in this role. If you somehow didn't already know, Outlander star John Bell has been acting for a long time now. He's been acting since the age of 9, where he first appeared in the British series Doctor Who. Of course, Doctor Who had just come back at that point, and since then, it's become an incredibly popular series around the world, even gaining what fans call cult status amongst fan bases around the globe. Though he wasn't in the series for too long, he has fond memories of the show and would love to return one day. Other than Doctor Who, John has also appeared in T2, Trainspotting, and of course, 2 of the Hobbit movies. John Bell did an interview with Digital Spy about possibly returning to Doctor Who at some point later down the line, and what he would want to do in a role on the show. First of all, Bell was asked if he would want to play the Doctor at all. Of course, I would love to do that, but I think I would like to be the Doctor after the next one, or I could be the assistant, he continued. It would be a full circle moment, wouldn't it? I was in the episode with David Tennant, a fellow Scot from Paisley, and also, I would say, the most iconic Doctor. He's my Doctor. I think I fell in love with the show with Christopher Eccleston, as I loved how dark he was with it. That was really cool, and David Tennant had his darkness too, and that's what I identified with. Typical of me, I go for drama. I tend to go for the dark side, so maybe I should play the Master, he added. Obviously, nothing is confirmed with him and Doctor Who, but the show is known for bringing back characters or referencing them in some way. We could see him return later down the line if fans want it, and talk about it more. Doctor Who will be airing 2 specials later on in 2022 and will conclude this version of the Doctor. They're currently casting for the next Doctor, so we could see John apply for the role. Hopefully, we get some more information on it sooner rather than later. And now on to some other Outlanders news. With Season 6 around the corner, what do we need to know about it? Next up, we have what stories can we expect in Season 6 of Outlanders? Season 6 of Outlanders is just around the corner, and fans are wanting to hear more about the season that we already know from trailers. The main thing we can gather from public information is the stories that we will follow throughout this season. Obviously, we don't know everything that could happen in the series, but we do know the basic idea of the plot lines. We have the impending Revolutionary War upcoming, so that should be really intense. And in the teaser so far, we also get to see Claire's reaction to what happened at the Boston Tea Party. The clip we have shows Jamie and Claire speaking to Major McDonald. This scene looks intense and should be in the first few episodes from what we can tell. John Bell stated that his character is going to have a hard time this season, and he's going to be tested once again. From what the actor stated, his character is between 2 worlds right now, stuck in between 2 families, and the arrival of the war really dividing both of them. He doesn't really know what to do, and that's what we will see in this upcoming season. Fans really seem to love this character and the actor, so hopefully he gets the screen time he deserves. And now, how many episodes will this next season have? With the show's 6th season just around the corner, fans want to know how many weeks of this amazing show they get this year. This is a key thing for fans, because they will have to wait a long time for more episodes depending on how long this next season will be. Sadly, this next season is going to be much shorter than the previous ones for currently unknown reasons. However, this shouldn't lower the show at all, and it should still be as good or even better than the previous seasons. We do know that there will be 8 episodes, and we actually know their names. Episode 1 is titled Echoes. Episode 2 is Allegiance. Episode 3 is Temperance. Episode 4 is Hour of the Wolf. Episode 5 is Give Me Liberty. Episode 6 is The World Turned Upside Down. Episode 7 is Sticks and Stones. And finally, we have Episode 8 with I Am Not Alone. All of these episodes have very different tones from their titles. Some are clearly showing that Outlanders is going to get into some very intense territories with its storytelling, leaving viewers questioning what's going on with the show. It's going to be a crazy season ahead, so stay tuned for more news over the coming months. Next up, what do we know about the Outlanders prequel series in the works right now? Season 6 is really heating up the series as a whole, but some news that came out in the middle of last year really made the future of this world bright for the fans. Though the series is in its 6th season, the show is based upon books. This means that it still has much more content to go through through. The book series Outlanders is based upon is also getting a prequel series, written by the same writer of the originals. The 70-year-old has stated that she has barely started working on the project, but that the prequel book will deal with the love story of Jamie's parents, Brian and Ellen Fraser. We don't know much more than that, but it's great to see that such a thing is being made in the first place. This series deserves more love, and this new prequel book is the perfect solution. You can imagine that years down the line, this book will be adapted into a show, or even a movie possibly. The world and fan base of Outlanders is looking very bright, so everyone's going to be happy for years to come. Though currently people have interest in Outlanders, in a few years, things might be different. When you think about if the prequel will be made into a TV series, it all depends on the future of the fan base. If there is still popularity and interest in the series by the time the prequel book is finished, then you have to assume that it will be made into a series. Here we have some quotes from Starz CEO Jeffrey Hirsch and Ronald D. Moore. Jeffrey Hirsch stated, "We continue to talk on a regular basis about developing the storyline around Outlanders. It's something that we're aware of. We want to continue to serve that audience with what we think are the best stories." While speaking on the TV's Top 10 pod in February of last year, when asked about the possibility of Season 7 being confirmed, as well as a spin-off, original showrunner Ronald D. Moore said, "I think that those things are probably going to happen, and hopefully we'll be able to say something about it before too long. We already know that another season of Outlander is also on the horizon, so if the spin-off is done before then, we should see it begin some sort of television production. Hopefully, things go well for Outlanders, as it's clearly a series people hold dear." And that's the end of today's video. Outlanders had a rough few years, but over time, the series has become incredibly popular. It's filling in a market that just didn't have any content just a few years ago. Everyone wants more period pieces, like Vikings or other shows. It's become an insanely popular genre over the past decade or so. More and more shows are being created based around different time periods that people would want to watch. Outlanders took the hype people had for these shows and made something truly special, and something that stands out. What do you think of the show? And are you ready for the next season just around the corner? Let us know in the comment section down below. Also, tell us your thoughts on the series as a whole. Are you excited for things to come, or are you just watching because you need to? Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comment section? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you next time.